Video is one that I'm very excited to talk about. We have a new game that released on PC called, a game on PC called Stellar Blade, which I tried to play, but I got too bricked while playing and I quit. Same thing that happened to me whenever I played Nier Automata, because the character models are just so fucking ridiculous. But I will say this, if this video does get 8,000 likes, I will do a full playthrough of Stellar Blade on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I will. And I am not allowed to stop playing. And I must beat the entire game, and I must overcome my crippling masturbation addiction. However, journalists are furious at this game, and that's what the title and thumbnail will be. Journalists hate this game with a sexy-ass photo of Eve, one of the hottest female MCs of all time. And when you hear the answer why, it won't shock you, because journalists just hate women being attractive because they're just a bunch of fat, ugly lesbians. Anyways, let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Riff here. So over the past year or so in the gaming industry, there's been a lot of reaping and sowing, both good and bad. And a lot of games that pandered and virtue signaled and spent more time caring about what screechers on Twitter might think, well, they failed. We also saw some examples of games that just wanted to provide a good experience with appealing character designs, and they succeeded. And
now, I will say, in defense of the journalist, I actually think Eve is acting to levels of like way too fucking hot, because I was trying to watch Asmongold play that shit. And when he swapped onto the kimono outfit, oh my God. This game is a Gooner's paradise. And then you add into the fact that there's a Nikke DLC coming out, which I don't know when the Nikke DLC is, but I do plan on playing that shit too. Bro, they are fine as fuck. Is that, it's out? Oh, dude, we gotta go see it then, huh? We gotta play.
One of those games that released last year was Stellar Blade, released back in April of that year. And it had enormous levels of success and was a huge hit for Shift Up and Sony. Now, here we are in the year 2025 in June, and they just had their PC release. Now, there is plenty of journalists who are still fuming about this game and doing everything in their power to kill the hype. You can see...
Hey, it doesn't matter what happens in the game. As long as the models look good and the game's good, nothing else really fucking matters. Like, legit. And I'll be real, if a developer can't make a good-looking character, they can't make a fucking good game. Just look at Dragon Age Veilguard. Just look at fucking Concord, right? These devs who are too stupid on knowing how to make a character look cool, fuck them. If they can't make a character look good, they can't make a game good. Fuck them.
PC Games N here giving...
And all these people demanding that characters be more realistic and ugly, these aren't the people playing video games to begin with, so why are you pandering to them? Once again, go woke, go broke. These people you're pandering to don't play video games.
A paltry 6 out of 10, saying this game is basically very underwhelming and boring. But of course, even IGN had to eventually admit that this PC release was a massive success.
Good.
The PC version of Stellar Blade is already Sony's biggest single-player Steam launch ever.
That's insane. What's this? Nikke DLC is something else? This is in the game. To be in Stellar Blade. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my God, they have Alice's outfit? I need to play this. If you're wondering why I know so much about Nikke, even though I've barely played it, it's because I'm a big consumer of the fan art. Yeah, they make some great fan art for that game. It's great.
And the numbers look insane. Right now, in the middle of the afternoon, a few days into the PC release, you can see over 140,000 in-game PC players, despite the 6 out of 10 from that previous journalist. The Steam review percentage is 92%.
Damn.
Look at the charts. It's actually gaining momentum over the past couple of days. All of these numbers just fly in the face of all the excuses various shills have provided for other games. We heard this with Dragon Age the Veilguard and Assassin's Creed Shadows, where Steam DB charts, they don't matter. They're not real numbers because they're releasing the game on multiple platforms, so these numbers aren't reliable. And of course, both of those games failed financially and really just proved that people relying on the charts correct. But here, this game releases on PC after releasing on console over a year ago and has numbers that crushed those two previous.
To give you guys a comparison, Wuthering Waves is a widely successful game on Steam. I think it broke like top 4 the other week when 2.4 came out. And I think it's peaked at like 35,000. So seeing 188,000 peak, that's fucking insane.
games that I just mentioned. On top of that, like I said, a year later, think
That's
about
nuts.
a different example with Star Wars Outlaws that had a Steam release very shortly after its initial release, which a lot of people were surprised by. That wasn't seemingly the plan. But even then, after a much shorter window between the releases, their Steam numbers were in the few thousand.
Is 192.
And that's despite being a major AAA release from a beloved franchise. Now, of course, these numbers seem undeniable. Even the shills cannot deny this. The journalists have to accept the reality that this PC launch was a major success. So what do they do now?
Yeah, to all these gacha creators who say that, men can sell as well as women. Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. Yeah, I would like to see a game series that succeeded strictly because of how hot the main character was. That's a dude. Yeah, because I can tell you so many games that succeeded just because of how hot the female lead was. And that's the truth.
They seethe. Here's Vice taking a break from their Waypoint journalists slandering VTubers to make this banger, saying, Stellar Blade PC launch.
I really hate to break this news to you guys, but video games, the entire space it's a male-dominated space. So obviously these developers are going to want to target those males and have them goon out.
Breaks Steam sales records thanks to its thirsty fan base. Stellar Blade is breaking numbers, largely being fueled by its thirsty fan base. Yeah, largely by
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Bro, Geralt was hot, but also, have you seen Ciri? Have you seen the black-haired chick? Have you seen the red-haired chick? I forget their fucking names. Everybody was hot as fuck in that game.
By thirsty players. That's what Vice has to say. And of course, the people at Shift Up disagree. They think the biggest reason for the success is its combat. Now, of course, nobody is blind here. The appealing character designs and the appealing outfits contained in Stellar Blade definitely contributed to its success. A lot of people were happy to see it, but that is not the end-all be-all of a game success like this. Clearly, a lot of people really enjoyed the gameplay and
the gameplay is really good. I will admit it's pretty fucking hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was stuck on a boss for at least 3 attempts for one of the earlier stages, but I'm honestly pretty decent at Souls games. I've played almost all of them. There's a game called Bloodborne, and the hardest boss in the game is called Orphan of Kaz. And I beat that on my first try. Under-leveled, never grinded, half potions. That's considered one of the hardest games in Souls history. Look that up. Orphan of Kaz, Bloodborne. Me killing it is also on YouTube, by the way. So I fancy myself a pretty good player. Yo, guys, did you know that I beat Orphan of Kaz on my first try? Anyways, Bloodborne tattoo on my pinky. That being said, guys, did you know I beat Orphan of Kaz on my first try? I swear I say that more often than Pirate Software says his dad works at Blizzard.
combat. Clearly, to minimize all of this, just
imagine if you played Sekiro. I beat every boss in the entire game on Sekiro, and then I quit right before the final boss. Every required boss I beat, and then right before the final boss, I haven't even tried it. I just said, yeah, nah, I'm good. Now, Wukong, I got filtered.
Just to appealing character designs and thirsty players is a gigantic cope. We've seen other games lean heavily into appealing character designs with a lot of fan service, perhaps even more than Stellar Blade, and one example is the first Descendant, which right now, despite being a live service game that's free to play, has numbers that have really floundered. They got off to a really good start, but things changed really quickly, and they really haven't recovered in any sort of a significant way because the gameplay just doesn't connect with people as much as Stellar Blade did. But things would get worse. PC Gamer is very upset about this, probably more upset about what's going on with the PC release more than anyone else, okay? They came up with this saying, Gooner Game of the Year, Stellar Blade's mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven. Don't you love it when PC Gamer tells you you're never going to see the light of heaven for playing Stellar Blade? And the way they describe this game is ridiculous, the Gooner Game, okay? This person did some work with Grok here to compare the number of intercourse scenes in all these games versus the Gooner games like Stellar Blade. Dragon Age the Veilguard, 7. Mass Effect 3, 6 to 8. Cyberpunk 2077, 4 to 6. And so on and so forth. Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age Inquisition, God of War. And then Stellar Blade at the bottom with 0. Goose Egg. And yet this is the Gooner Game. Not Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Why did they not add sex scenes to this game, bro? Come on. Just make a boss where if you lose... Well, never mind. Make a boss that Eve has to fuck into submission. That would be, because that's what women say is empowering, right? They say that it's so empowering when women do OnlyFans. Great. So then make Eve fuck a boss into submission, and when she makes him come, they lose, right? It's that easy, right? It's empowering, right? That's what the women say. That's what they say.
Or nothing else on this list. It's just Stellar Blade. Because, well, these journalists have a massive bias. They just don't like this game and what it stands for, just being a product designed for gamers. And they're just seething about its success. Now, going to the article itself, it gets even more ridiculous as you read through. So they say stuff like this. Stellar Blade finally hit PC 2 days ago, giving everyone a chance to do whatever it is this game is actually about. Unfortunately, no one knows what that is because the entirety of discourse surrounding it is about the main character's butt.
Yeah, because it's crazy, though. Because it's crazy. Why are you so mad? These journalists are so mad. Oh, and then the guys thought the character was hot. Oh, my God. It's disgusting. Shut up, bro.
Are you joking?
Yeah. No,
You're the one limiting this entire game to its fan service and the appeal of its character designs. This is not something.
And even if it was, guys, who cares?
That no one knows.
What's the problem?
What it's about. A lot of people do, including millions of people. They know because they played through the game, and clearly PC Gamer hasn't bothered. They don't know what this game's about. They're just relying on a bunch of weirdos on Twitter who are upset about this game.
Yep.
Now, going down here, they keep.
If you saw the picture of that journalist, you will know why it's so mad. Also, 3 million downloads. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Is this the guy? Yeah, I wonder why this person's mad. Yeah, the defender of the women. He's so different. He is a good guy, guys. So please have sex with him, real women.
Keep seeding. And they say, by intense scientific calculus counting, fully 96 of the 234 mods available for this game, 41% that currently exist for Stellar Blade, are marked as adult. And frankly, some of the ones that are not marked as adult are probably not safe for work. How do you feel about Eve Feet Hands? Good? Would you discuss that with your grandparents over Christmas dinner?
I watched Borat with my grandmother, and I watched Bruno with my aunt. Yeah, I absolutely would. And I'm gonna download the Kalkini mod immediately. If I wasn't stupid, I would download that one immediately.
Why would you talk about not safe for work content and mods for this game with your grandparents over Christmas? What a stupid thing to say. Would you talk about this article with your grandparents at Christmas? I don't think so. And I also think there's other articles that this person has wrote that they definitely would not be sharing with their grandparents over Christmas. Look at the name here. Joshua Wallens. Well, let's look back to September of 2024, not even a year ago. They made an entire article about Baldur's Gate 3's bear intercourse scene and how important this was to spreading the message of the game. I kid you not. Would you share this with your grandparents at Christmas dinner? I don't think so, dude. And you're a massive hypocrite. This is the person telling you you're not going to see the pearly gates because you played Stellar Blade, but then they act like this not even a year ago. It's complete hypocrisy. Everyone can see this.
Absolutely.
And this is why games journalists are a complete and utter joke.
Yes, they
Now,
are.
there's some more people upset about the success of Stellar Blade. Some people are still coping on Steam, and they're trying to leave negative reviews. Look at some of these.
Let's mod it to make it less sexual. I would like to mod my life to make it to where I never have to see your stupid fucking face again in my comment section. These people are so retarded. Rev, great video. I think we get it. People are fucking stupid because they're always fucking stupid. But at least we have some sane individuals here today. And guys, I think talking about masturbation is funny. Who cares? I think everybody gets weird when talking about it. I think people get weird when talking about gooner shit, but like, who cares? Everybody jerks off. Everybody has sex. Everybody likes porn. Who cares? And if you don't, that's all right. Do your own thing. But it's not like something weird to talk about. If a woman's hot, say she's hot. If a dude's hot, say he's hot. Especially if it's like a video game character. What, you think Eve's going to get upset if people are gooning over her? Bro, she doesn't exist. Who cares? This shit's hilarious. Get on with it. Get a fucking grip. And like, comment, subscribe.